All right, today we're working in your percent, starting with discount and tax. So we're going to be using the percent equation and bring in the information that we need. Remember, the percent equation is blank equals what percent times blank. So let's try number one. It says, find the amount of sales tax on a $124.95 baseball bat with 7% sales tax. So we want to know, what is 7.5% of $124.85. So if I write that into an equation, it's what is, change this to a decimal by dividing by 100. Of means multiply. Then once I've done that and written out my equation, I can use a calculator. So I'm going to do that. 0.075 times $124.95 gives me this answer. But of course, money only has two numbers after the decimal, so we need to round that. $9.37. That is the first part of the question, that's the amount of sales tax. But the second part of the question says, what's the total price? So total price is going to be the price of the bat plus $9.37. $9.37 to give me $134.32 for the second part of the question. All right, question number 2 says, find the selling price for $12 shirts that are marked up 90%. So there's a couple of ways you can do a lot of these problems. For this one, we want to know what is 90% of $12, and that's what it's being marked up by. So what is 90% of means multiply. So when you do 0.9 times 12 in your calculator, you get 10.8. Well, what does that mean? First of all, we're working with money. So that's going to be $10.80. And that's not how much we're selling the shirt for. A store wouldn't do that. They wouldn't take a $12 shirt that they bought and sell it for less. This is the markup. This is how much it's being marked up. We want to know the selling price. And so what the selling price is how much they bought the shirt for plus the markup to get $22.80. All right, let's move on here. Games that usually sell for $44.20 are on sale for $33.15. What percent off are they? Well, first of all, we need to know how much we saved. So let's subtract these numbers. So that's $11.05. So $11.05 is what percent of the original price? Because that'll tell us the discount. What was the original price? This is what they usually sell for. So I'm going to put this into my equation. That $11.05 what percent of means multiply. You know that I like to write it with a coefficient on x. So I'm going to write it like this, but the other way isn't wrong. So I'm going to ask myself what's happening to the variable. It's being multiplied 44.20, so I'm going to divide both sides 44.20. And let's see what it 11.05 divided by $44.20 is this. So let's look back at the question. They're asking us what percent off are they? So what percent is this? This is 25%. So they're on sale for 25% off a price. The next question says to find the total amount spent on a $75.50 bill with a 15% tip. One way is to find 15% of $75.50 by doing 0.15 times $75.50 and adding it on, because a tip is added on to the price. Or to skip a step, you can think about the total bill is 100%, right? And if the tip is 15%, then altogether what you pay is 115% of the price. So instead, we can say, what is 115% of the bill. This is going to save the step of adding at the end. It's still fine to just do 15% of 75, 50 and add it on. But this is saving me time if I understand how to do it this way. That's what the tip up in the rectangle at the top of the page is referring to. So I'm going to put this into my calculator. And I'm going to get this answer. Whoa. And we know that money has to have just places after the decimal. So I'm going to round up to 83 cents since this is 5 or more, and be my answer. All right, a couple more here. Next one says, find the sale price for a pair of jeans that are 55% off. So like the previous problem, I can find 30% of $55 and subtract it because I'm saving. I added in the previous problem because tax is adding to your total, but a discount is subtracting from your total. So I can find 30% of 55 and subtract it, or like we talked about here, if we in full price, it's 100%, but if we're saving 30%, then we're only paying for 70% of the jeans. So I can ask myself, what is 70% of 55? What is 70% of 55? And I'm just using my calculator. 0.7 times 55 is 38.5. Whoops, 38.5. And as money, we need to put a zero on the end to make it $38.50. Okay, lastly, find the amount saved on a TV with that original price and the discount. So my little shortcut way that I did up here is not because they don't want the total price. They want to know what we saved. So we really just want to know what is 40% of 350. So what is 40% of 350? I'm going to put it into my calculator and I get 140. That's how much money is saved on that TV. All right, so that does it for the tax, tip, markup, discount, all right there in one. Thanks for watching.